This is Billa. Once again, welcome to the data analysis session, SPSS specifically. Um, Basically, if you have been following, then you already know how to analyze descriptive statistics. You already know how to do frequency to find frequencies and also mean and standard deviation. Also know how to code and also create variables and then also enter data. Now there is one element in a study, and definitely when you're doing a study, it has to have some hypothesis or some expectations that you intend to, trying to investigate and then find out the results uh, based on your research questions, or rather the hypothesis, depending on the topic. On this particular one, I already mentioned that I would follow this topic, which is tax administration and performance of selected SMEs in Kampala Central Business District. Now, in this particular one, there are two. There are this is the independent variable, and this is and performance is the dependent variable. If you understand what I'm saying, then you have to know that, even if you don't understand what I'm saying, then maybe you've not met it, but it means that performance of those SMEs actually depends on how tax demonstration is carried out, but we do not know the effect, and that's why we are carrying the study to understand the effect of this tax administration and performance. Now, what we do in modern topics is we actually uh, divide these independent variables into sub variables so that we can know how each of them impacts performance of SMEs. So if I drop down to the objectives, you will find that the dependent variable, which is tax administration, has probably been divided into tax assessment, and then tax collection, and then tax enforcement. These three added together add up to make what we call tax um, administration, and we are looking at how each of these variables affects the performance of selected SMSEs. So to get this, you have to have the questionnaire which has statements concerning this particular uh, sub variables or constructs of tax administration, and then we also have to have statements on the performance so that we can be able to get the correlations and also this effect. These actually lead to research questions, and basically what is the effect of this of tax assessment on selected SMEs, and what the effect of tax collection on performance of SMEs, as well as tax enforcement on the performance of SMEs. And of course, we have hypothesis, which is tax assessment has a significant effect. So we yet to prove whether this actually has, whether tax assessment has a significant effect on performance of selected SMEs. Some applies to tax collection and tax enforcement, which brings me to the questionnaire to show you the statements, and then go back to SPSS. Now, if you see, the first objective will bring out the statements about tax assessment. I always assess myself for tax returns, and you're asking people according to the key to strongly agree or rather disagree. Strongly disagree or disagree, or be neutral or agree or strongly agree. So the first statement would be, I always assess myself for tax returns. And now we want to find out to which extent these people agree, and if they agree, what does this have to do with the performance, which also has its own variables here, as you can see. So we are also going to find out these taxes. So we'll find out, like the first assessment says, taxes have reduced our profits, and we want people to agree, to strongly disagree, be neutral, or agree. So we are finding out the extent to which they agree. So that is how we find out the correlation, and how also we analyze. We look at the linear regression model, and also do a regression analysis. So before that, then this will bring me to the SPSS, and now if we are to analyze those variables, then we have to use we have to compute these variables to find a mean which we run against the other. But I'm going to make another video concerning that. For now, I will close it at here and then move to the next video where I compute those variables.